What was the last thing you were really bad at, but you did it anyway? Taxes. No, I mean like a skill you tried or a project you wanted to make. Ah, got it. Well, I used to draw all the time. Wait, really? I never knew that about you. Yeah, I loved drawing when I was a kid, but as I got older, it just became clear I wasn't all that good at it. I do think about trying again every now and then, but I don't know. Some things you just kind of have to be born with, I guess. Is that so? What about guitar then? You're really good at that. I'm decent, but that's pretty different from drawing. Yeah, I'm sure in a lot of ways it is. Did you play guitar as a kid? No, there were 4 of us living in a really small apartment in the city, so no matter how supportive my parents were, there was no way I was going to practice a loud instrument in my room. Ah, that makes sense. So when did you start? Pretty late, actually. Senior year of high school, I think. Really? I heard an album you played on in college and you were already really good. How did you get to that level so fast? Well, being away at school certainly helped. There was rehearsal space and, I don't know, I just found this new drive in me. Playing in bands was really fun, too. I like making art with other people. That's so cool. It must have taken a lot of dedication, too. I was just focused on classes, but you were doing all that and building a whole music career at the same time. You make it sound impressive when you say it like that, but it all felt rather ordinary in the moment. Well, the reason I'm asking all this is I've been reading a book recently, and it's got me thinking more about the way we learn things. The book is called The Art of Learning by Josh Waitzkin. Oh, the chess prodigy? Yeah, it turns out he's mastered a bunch of other things too over the past couple decades, including becoming a world champion in Tai Chi push hands. Anyway, in the book, he talks about the process of learning entirely new domains. And one thing that really stuck with me this week was how much he embraces making mistakes early on. That's the worst part though. It sure feels that way at times. But Josh digs a little deeper in his book, and the evidence he uncovered shows that we learn better when we're not afraid of being a beginner. It's actually only once we know enough to want to stop looking silly that our learning often starts to slow down. I suppose that tracks. I've played with musicians like that who are incredibly skilled but totally stuck, simply because they don't want to go through the struggle of building a new technique from scratch again. That's exactly it. And thinking about that made me realize I'm not sure I can remember the last time I allowed myself to be really bad at something new. I suppose maybe when I started learning Japanese. Right? In the middle of the pandemic all on your own? And now look at you. You're working at a Japanese company, speaking it every day. Yeah, I still have a long way to go, but I only got this far because at the start, I knew for sure I was going to be bad at it. So I just jumped in and proudly made all the mistakes. It's been a while since I started a new creative project though, and I think it might be time, just to shake up the old neural pathways a bit. I love that you're always up for a new challenge. So what's next? Well, I've been thinking about learning photography. It always looks so fun. And I'm captivated by the way a great photographer can tell an entire story in just a single image. You'd be great at that. You already love cameras from making videos, so I think you've got a head start. How about this then? What if we both start learning something new this year? No pressure to be good at it, just something fun that brings a little splash of art and curiosity back into our lives. My life would be so boring without you here always challenging me to try new things. Well, I'm in if you are. I admit, I have been eyeing this online drawing class a friend of mine is taking and really enjoying. I'll start my first lesson this week, but only if I get to see your first blurry photos when we hang out next week. Deal, you're on.